Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be making the response video to the question video that I posted probably about a week ago. Um, so there weren't too many questions, but I just wanted to get it done with. Seeing as Ava's awake, I wanted her to be in the video. Um, so yeah, there weren't too many questions, but I have the tab up for all of the questions, so I'm just going to go ahead and answer them. Um, okay, so the first question is, where is Ava's dad and does he see Ava? Um, I haven't really talked much about Ava's dad, really, because there's some things I don't want to talk about, and some things I do just want to keep private, I guess. Um, but Ava's dad does see her. We hung out the other day. And so yeah, he does see her, and we're gonna be seeing him again sometime soon. And I am single right now, but he is still in Ava's life, which is really important. So that's all I'll say about that. Another person said, "Hi, I love your videos. Ava is so sweet. What's her middle name?" Ava's middle name is Jean, and I knew from the beginning that if she was gonna be a girl, um, that I was gonna give her middle name Jean. And there's a few reasons for that. One is Jean is my mom's middle name. It's also my grandmother's middle name, her mom, that passed away. And it's actually also my niece's middle name, my niece Emma, who's 4. And there might actually be more people in my family with that middle name, but I can't think of them right now. And I like it. I think Ava Jean sounds very vintage and kind of old Hollywood, and I just think it's nice, short, sweet, and classic. So um, the fact that it's my mom and grandmother's middle name was the main reason why I chose it. Um, did you name her after anyone? Um, Her middle name, as I mentioned, I used mainly because it was my mom's middle name and grandmother's, but her first name, I I actually had decided to name her Ava pretty much when I found out she was a girl, when I was 23 weeks pregnant, I think. And I've always loved the name Ava, and I just think I've always loved the name Emma as well, but that's my niece's name, and I just think that Ava is so pretty, and it's such a nice name, and I actually wish it was my name. And I got the name from Ava Gardner. I know some people pronounce her name Ava or Eva actually, but I like to pronounce it Ava. So Ava Gardner from the 40s, I believe, was a movie star, and I just think it's such a pretty name. So I didn't really name her after anyone, but I just kind of got the idea from Ava Gardner. Does she sleep well at night? Yes, Ava sleeps very well at night. She has always slept. I'm not actually looking at the video. I'm looking at the question, so I don't know if she's in the frame or not. There you are. Ava has slept really well since day 1, pretty much. Well, there were a couple days in there where she didn't sleep very well when she was a newborn, and she's just kind of getting used to her routine. But she's really, I'm very, very lucky because my sister has 3 kids, and she's had problems with them sleeping, all 3 of them. And by the time Ava was 2 months old, she was on a set schedule. She always slept really well, but since she was 2 months old, she's pretty much been on the same schedule ever since. Um, and she just has a good circadian rhythm, I guess. My doctor told me that some babies are just born that way. And I think it also has to do with the fact that I have set a routine with her and I stick to it every day. And also, I like to turn all of the lights off and just go by natural light or whatever 2 to 3 hours before she usually goes to bed, because light intake helps to, well, if you keep taking in light, it interferes with the melatonin in your brain, which is produced as you're sleeping or as you're about to go to sleep, whereas serotonin is when you're awake. But anyways, long story, I ramble so much, I knew that was going to happen. But anyway, she sleeps really well, to put it shortly. Does she like bath time? funny story. Ava absolutely hated bath time when she was younger. Probably until she was about 2 months old, I'm gonna say. I dreaded every time I had to give her a bath. Absolutely dreaded it. She would scream the moment I would take her clothes off, scream the entire bath time, and scream the entire time I would be changing her afterwards. She just hated it. And eventually she got used to it, and now she actually really likes it, so it's nice. Um, do you want more children? Um, I I will say I do want more children. I definitely, obviously, not anytime soon. I'm single. I want to go to school and, well, I want to complete school and all that. I have a lot of stuff, a lot of things that I want to accomplish before I have more children. Um, I would say, actually, I was having a conversation about this with my sister the other day. Um, I would say that under ideal conditions, if I, had good income and I had graduated from school and, well, college, and, I was working as a nurse, which is my plan, and maybe I lived in a house or something and I was married or at least was in a stable relationship. Um, I want, I'll say I want at least two children. I don't just want the one. I want at least two children, and um, three would be even better, but I don't know if I would ever want more than three, but I want at least 2 to 3 children. Um, and that's way down the road. How are you feeling today? Well, that's a funny question. It's nice. I'm feeling great actually. I got a lot of sleep last night thanks to Ava, so I'm feeling great. And that was from JANN Doug, DOUG. Thank you so much for your question. Then the other question is, have you ever been put in the walls of Jericho? This person asked, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And I said, wondering what you're referring to, and they said the wrestling movie. So I don't know what the question's about. I don't know. Sorry, I don't understand your question. Someone else asked, are you married? No, I'm not married. I would love to be married someday, but not right now. Another person asked, who made the crocheted quilt on your couch? It's pretty. Actually, I love that you asked that. My grandmother actually made this quilt, and grandmother meaning my mom's mom, the one I spoke about earlier in the video. And she actually, she knit this herself when she would have been over 70, and she actually knit one for every single person in my family. And I have a big family. I mean, not like a really big Italian family, but I have quite a lot of cousins, um, and a lot of aunts and uncles, sorry. And she knit one for every, like one for my sister, me and my brother, my mom, well, my parents, and we got to choose our colors, and it was so great. And it's the most amazing quality, and it's really actually quite big. It's actually doubled right now. So I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for asking that question. You mentioned, this is a great question. You mentioned you breastfeed mainly at night. I may need to go this route too. Did your night supply stay the same? I'm just worried about it dropping if I drop some daytime feedings. Okay, so I did breastfeed at night. I've been breastfeeding at night ever since she was born, pretty much. It was the only time that she would really latch on without any problems, even with a nipple shield. And I think that she would breastfeed at night mainly for comfort things, so that's why I didn't really think that that's why there were never really any issues with her latching at night. So they asked, did your night supply stay the same? Okay, um, typically for the last like few months, well, almost ever since she was born, I would breastfeed her um, 2 to 3 times at the night or during the night, once before she would go to bed and once when she would wake up, every single night pretty much. But then I got to a certain point about 2 months ago where I wasn't breastfeeding her during the day. Actually, it was about a month ago where I just stopped altogether and just started bottle feeding her, and then just the same thing at night. And eventually, over time, my night supply did drop. My supply did drop at night. and she actually kind of self-weaned herself. Um, and so she would be, sorry, she's, oh, you're right. She kind of, so I am kind of like rambling, but I'm just a little bit tired. Well, tired and just wired because I've been out all day. But anyways, so I want to try and explain this as clearly as possible. I always breastfed her at night the same amount of times, and when I noticed a huge difference when I stopped breastfeeding during the day and it was just at night, and it was still once before bed, 2 to 3 times at night, and once in the morning. But then I remember it got to a point where she didn't want to breastfeed as much, so then it was maybe only um, once at night, and then once before bed, and once when she woke up. And then it got to the point where it'd only be two, and then one, and then eventually she just stopped breastfeeding altogether. And that was about a week ago. She stopped when she was about 6.5 months old or something. So I found that my night supply kind of, it's a difficult question because my night supply kind of always stayed the same, but it did eventually over time, you know, begin to dry up a little bit. So I would say, let me just double check the question. I may need to go this route too. I would say that if you're gonna just be breastfeeding during the nighttime, maybe pump once or twice during the day, or pump, for however long before your baby goes to bed, maybe, and then just to kind of keep up your supply, because if you only rely on your baby feeding, it might go down eventually. I'm not giving the best advice here because it's kind of a confusing answer I'm giving, but yeah, I'm not sure how many times or how much you're anticipating on feeding your baby at night, and if it's gonna only be at night, but I would say definitely probably talk to a lactation consultant about it. Um, and yeah, pumping, I pumped actually for a while and then I stopped pumping a couple weeks ago, but pumping really helps to keep your supply up, even if there were times where Ava just wouldn't breastfeed at all and I would pump just to kind of keep it up. So, and another thing to keep up your supply is oatmeal. Oatmeal is so great for that. And if you really want to keep it up, there's fenugreek, I think it's called, and domperidone, I think it's called. I can't remember, but that's a prescription. And fenugreek is a actual food, I think. I think you can just buy it in a grocery store, but I'm not sure if you take it in pill form. I don't know. But definitely talk to a lactation consultant about that, because I'm rambling completely, but my milk supply did stop completely because I was just feeding her at night. So I'm going to assume that your supply would drop as well. And if not completely, it would at least drop a bit. And your body would adjust to only, having higher amounts of milk at night and not so much during the day. So, yeah, so those were the questions, and maybe I'll do another Q&A video in the future. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and thank you guys so much for your questions. And again, thanks so much for your support. Here's Ava. Hi. Do you see your little face? Do you see your cute face? It's right there. See your cute round face? It's right there, Kenny. Oh, hi. Look in the camera. Right there. Honey. Oh, right up there. You see over there? Look, honey. Look. Look. Over there. Hi. I don't think she really sees herself. um, but yeah, again, thanks so much for the support, and don't forget to subscribe and rate the video, and yeah, and leave a comment if you like, and I will see you guys for our next video. Bye.